Full-time? Full-time. You're listening to Full-Time Daughter. It's a full-time job at this point.
Welcome back to another episode of Full-Time Daughter with
Isa
and Kaylin.
Another week.
Another episode.
And this one's a fun one because Kaylin came up with the idea and I really liked it.
Oh, okay. We're giving props.
Yes. It was very creative.
Sometimes we think of like really random but cool episode ideas where we're like, wouldn't it be interesting to just like riff off of some of the ideas that we have? We talk a lot about like shows and media we consume a lot on this podcast. Pop culture.
Yes.
Also.
Of course.
Literally, that's like what the world revolves around,
that.
basically. But I wanted to kind of analyze media that we've consumed within the past couple weeks to talk about what it's made us think about.
Yeah.
Like, rather than just form opinions that we think is in like the popular majority and not feel so like we're being judged for something. Like, I feel like most of the time I will form an opinion, at least myself, I'll form an opinion based on other people's opinions.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, if everyone's saying that this is good, it must be good. Right?
And then I feel like in order to be accepted by like people's opinions, the mass vote, like be cool and popular and interesting or whatever, I have to turn to TikTok or something. Or I have to read what's under the hashtag on like a TV show to be like, is this even worth watching? Let me see what other people are saying. I'll even turn to Letterboxd, look at the reviews. If it's like not rated above 3 stars, like a general, I guess, like consensus for the movie, I'm like, wait, so people think this sucks. And now I'm going to watch this and then I'm going to be seen like, why the hell is she watching that? Rather than like, oh, she's cool for watching that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
it's more of like, I guess performative, if we're going to say it. Like,
for me, it feels like I think that whenever it's something negative, like we've decided that we hate this was not the vibe, I'm like, oh yeah, that was weird or whatever.
Right.
And before I can even like think about it, like for myself and create
like,
my own opinion.
You haven't even really thought about it yourself
or
to
like
form your own opinion.
I didn't really hate it when I first saw it or something like that. Whether that's a show or like music or whatever, a certain shoot or something. I
feel this way about so many things because sometimes I'll watch something and I'm like, this was fun. Like, I don't think it has to be so critically analyzed or there's no like bigger meaning behind it or to it, and it's just for entertainment, which is totally fine and totally okay.
I love that.
We consume silly shit all the time.
Love it.
But then there's also a line of wanting to be able to analyze something a little further and form my own opinions, because back in the day, like when we used to be in school, that's what we would have to do. Like, we would have to write research papers. We would have to analyze something in a way that we wouldn't normally just like sit and write paragraphs upon paragraphs
100%.
analyzing.
Oh, throwback.
Or even if it was like a movie, like our film class, we would have to watch a movie and then form literally make a review on it. And then other people would read it and be like, yeah, I disagree. Like, I thought it was cool, or I did not like that movie. Or they would be so like film critic. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm just here with like my little rom-com movies thinking that's like so they're revolutionary. True.
No, but I loved our little rom-com reviews. And you know what? I kind of loved it because we would go through like all the elements. Like, we'd kind of analyze every single part of it.
Everything.
And then if it's like it was no big deal, it was no big deal. But then there were some that were definitely heavier and like I needed more time to digest and all that.
No, agreed. And I think so many movies have like hidden messages or a bigger,
for sure, like
perspective that 100%. They want to bring that you can also appreciate. And I want to learn, or I guess practice more on being able to digest something by myself. Like, I'm watching it, I come up with an opinion first. It's okay to like see what other people are saying and like join that conversation, but later on,
and I think it's okay to disagree with the majority and not see eye to eye with them. I feel like for so long I'm like, no, You're have scared. To like, and that's how I feel about so many of the things that we're about to bring up, that I find myself on this other end of like, ooh, I don't really like this, or like it's something that is really, really loved, and then I'm like, I don't really connect with it at all, you know? There's some media that I think like requires you to like, it's gonna have a lot of attention. It's gonna because it's set that standard. Like Met Gala, it has set that standard that there's gonna be commentary. We're not about to critically analyze Bullet Train,
right?
But
yeah,
but
no, like that's exactly what I was saying. It's like
but something that's Oscar nominated. You know what I mean?
I totally agree, because some things are going to be critically analyzed like that if it's like up for an award. That's like very open to conversation, open to different opinions. But then there's also media that I think doesn't need to be so digested in a way that's like, oh, the characters did this, like this was the plot line, this was the character arc, like, but at the same time, I don't know, like there's levels to.
I feel that way about Addison Rae and like her debut album. Like I feel like she was kind of like dragged a little bit for it, where I was like, this girl's like, this is her first album, like yeah, like there's people that are gonna be fans of her, so obviously like you can expect that, but I was like, it's not, to me I was like, it's not that, it's her debut, like, you know what I mean? Let her do her thing. Let her figure out herself experiment creatively.
Right.
And she was dragged for like, you're never going to be Britney. And I was like, girl, she probably don't want to be Britney. That's her inspiration.
But again, that's the comparison.
Right.
People will always pit someone against someone else's success, especially when they're just rising to fame.
Right.
And they're just becoming popular.
Right.
Same thing happened with Sabrina, where she had been doing this for years. Like, this wasn't new to her. Being an artist, releasing music was not new. But all of a sudden, because we're doing stadiums now, where like her popularity has risen, she's the hot new thing, this like pop star, like she's the new it girl pop star has been put on her. Now she has to play to this role of being the new like,
and she does,
witty, popular, cool like persona, and she does it well. Love Sabrina down. But it's that pressure that people will assign and then automatically, I guess, compare this person to someone else that has already done that. Like they would compare her to Taylor, they would compare her to Ariana, and people will always do that in any role that you're placed into, because they're like, well, this isn't your first, like hers wasn't her first album, the one that became popular, rose her to fame, and everyone's like, this isn't her first album, this is what, like her 9th album. And
I hate that, because I'm like, not everybody like has their moment in the sun like at the same time. Right. Do you know what I mean? Like it really just depends.
No, literally everyone's path is so different.
It's so different. And also like you can argue like she had a different label, she had no branding yet, you're
also on a show, like you started off maybe in the acting business, or you did music on the side, like maybe that was just a passion project for her. She was making albums because she liked to sing, and that was just a hobby.
Maybe she didn't have a good team yet. Like there's so many different things, and I just feel like you can't compare like what time you rose to fame versus this one, you know, like the I hate the comparison also, like when you have like Olivia Rodrigo's like her debut took off, you know, the sour versus like other female artists that it's been like a slow trek. Like come on, like it really just depends, you know. She rose to fame because like that album is so good. I'm a sour girl. I love sour. But she was also in the middle of like this scandal at that time. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it
also has to do with like the era that you're in.
What's going on in the world, what's at happening that time.
Right. Like what is trending, and what was trending at that time was High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Yes.
Which
and a love triangle that was actually happening in the show and in real life. And that was crazy. It was insane. If you were there, you were there.
No, it changed lives.
No, it was crazy because, like, you know that was the entertainment and the talk of the town.
It was actually the start of, like, long. That actually was the start of her career.
Literally.
You think back and you're like, wow, she actually became popular from a TV show that was supposed to be like a Disney Channel.
She was fully an actress. And she would just write music. And then she was like, I'm going to put out this album. And thank God she did, because I love her.
Yeah. No, we love that.
Yeah.
But actually, just so insane that people can be on such different paths.
Yeah.
And yet, we're still going to be comparing where someone's at in point A, comparing it to, oh, but this album's already been done, and this music sounds very similar to this music. And I guess regardless of your opinion on stuff, like, it's always going to have fans and it's always going to have haters. Like, there's going to be a side to everything. We all know that with Taylor Swift, this is like the first, I guess, topic that we wanted to bring up because, of course, I think we are no stranger to new Taylor music. Like, of course, she comes out with new music, she's turning them out. As you know,
I'm a Taylor. I'm a Swiftie. I listen to Taylor Swift on the day-to-day, you know?
Right.
So The Life of a Showgirl came out, and I'm sort of in this, like, spot of, like, oh, like, genuine surprise, because I don't like to compare her stuff to other, like, albums of hers, because, like, as you know, like, with her, she sort of switches off all the time. But I've found myself a teensy bit disappointed with this album and the whole release and the whole, like, marketing for it, and just everything that everything like that she's sort of come out with
publicity
since. I don't really love it. I don't know if it's maybe just like so much in her personal life and so much like in the music, like her career, and like no hate to any of it because I love her, but it feels so weird to me. It doesn't feel like other times that she's come out with albums, and it feels like like to me, and it's funny because I think that she said that this album is like so her, but to me it feels like the least her. Like, I don't know why. Like, I usually connect with her words so much, but with this one I'm like, nah, you know. You're like,
no, because I was thinking the same thing of like, I don't know if maybe it's that we don't necessarily relate to this album and there's like a disconnect. Because I'm sure maybe there's people who are like,
no, they love it. And that's
right.
And again, like, I love The Fate of Ophelia. I will listen to that song. I love it. Like, Pledge Allegiance to Your Hands, Your Team, Your Vibe. Like, I'm there. Love that. But the commentary on TikTok is like, if you don't like this album, it's because you're bitter and unhappy and all this stuff. And I sort of hate that because that's not even true. Like, I'm not bitter. I'm not unhappy or anything like that. And like, I don't know. And even if I can't relate because I'm not like, you know, like head over heels in a relationship, so happy about to get married, I can still see a beauty in a song and like the message. And I just literally can't connect with it. And I hate it because I'm such a fan. It doesn't matter. Girl, there's so many songs out there where I don't relate to the lyrics. I'm like, wow, I love this. Like, no, Wildflower by Billie Eilish. Like, love that song. I can totally, you know,
agree with that.
Yeah. So it's like, I hate that argument of like, you're just bitter. You aren't in a happy relationship. Blah, 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 blah. I don't like that commentary on social media.
Do you know the amount of like love songs we listen to that I think are so beautiful, so fun. They're like upbeat. They're right up my alley. And I'm like,
the only exception, Paramore. Like,
literally, like, I connect with sad music, and that doesn't mean that I am sad or like I'm disappointed or like I don't know. It's very like, I think black and white. A lot of people view things as where it's like you either like it, but then at the same time, if you like it too much, you're considered weird and young, and like you're stuck in this, like, I guess you would compare like a Taylor Swift fan to like a Disney adult or something. Like, I've seen that argument being made.
That's a good example.
I've seen, I like that, the argument. I didn't even make that up. Like, I've just seen it, and people are like, Taylor Swift fans are the equivalent to
makes sense
a Disney adult. And it just feels like you can't like anything anymore without being criticized or looked at in a way that shows like your whole personality or what people perceive it as, when it's like, I don't know, like, you can like the album and I wouldn't think anything of it. I'd be like, okay, fun. That's just a particular music taste. Different albums for different people.
Yeah.
Your vibe.
Exactly.
You're not gonna, like, what are the odds of you liking every single Taylor Swift album?
Exactly.
Unless you're like a very huge fan and you're down with like everything. Okay. But not everyone is gonna like,
I don't think
the 20 million albums that she's come out with. Like, that's very hard to come across. I will say some of the songs in this album necessarily, like the one that we're talking about now, like Life of a Showgirl, aren't for me. Like, I connect a lot with lyrics. Like, lyrics are what I think drives me to like really love a song. I will be like looking up those lyrics. I'm I'm like, ooh. And I don't think every song needs to be so profound. And that's not what this album was for her. This was supposed to be like her glitter gel pen album. That's what people like see it as.
Yeah.
Which, true, I love. Like, have fun with it. Doesn't need to be so serious. But then that's where I find like this disconnect. And I don't know if it's because based off of the title, like Life of a Showgirl, I thought that was so cool. There was like this like intrigue of,
I thought it was a really good way of describing her life and like how she feels, especially since like when she announced that she'd just come off Eras tour, like it's so fitting, right? And when she came out with the pictures for it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a good moody album. I thought there was gonna be some love songs, and I thought maybe it was gonna be like a little bit like glitz and glamour, because you have to show like both sides of the performance side of her, and then also like she said it like backstage, like when the curtains close. I did not get that. I felt that the image and like the way that she described the album did not represent the songs like whatsoever.
No,
in my opinion.
I saw it the same way.
Like I understand where she was coming with, like where she was coming from with The Fate of Ophelia, and how like each she sort of picked a lot of showgirls throughout history and whatever, like women that had to perform and then they were different behind closed doors. Okay, I understand that, but I don't think the execution was there, and I'm like, I was just like disappointed, because usually she's there with the execution. Like I think about Midnights and I was like, loved Midnights. I loved Midnights. I loved the rollout for that. I love Tortured Poets. You know, I love Tortured Poets. So it's like,
and I think with those albums there was a common theme. Like there's a storyline to be followed throughout all the songs. The titles make sense for the songs. They're all
lyrically
cohesive.
Not even bad
at all. No,
at
they're
all.
so
very beautiful.
They make sense.
For
that.
Very cohesive
era,
I like that you said that, because if you take like, let's just say her recent album, like Tortured Poets, each song sort of has this like moody, very there's something like tragic, but also there's something romantic about the
like
album.
Lyrically
Midnights, it's like profound. You're literally going through an entire night, and you can sort of feel that way, and like all the moods that you experience.
I feel
you
that
party
album.
You fall in love, you fight, and it's so cohesive. And like same with like the music videos and even the photography for the album. You know, when she's pushing an album, she has to have photos and stuff like that. With Life of a Showgirl, we were talking about like The Fate of Ophelia, it's like pop, and then we get to like Cancelled, for example, which I don't like that song whatsoever.
I don't either.
I really don't like the song. I don't like how it comes off either, and I will say that with my chest. I really don't like it, and I don't know how that is like Life of a Showgirl. I don't, because if you're saying like you are the performer and then we get to see you behind, like in the like backstage, like when the performance is done, I would expect there to be these songs about like pressure and perfectionism and loneliness and like comparison, and I feel like I didn't really get that. Like it was like a lot of just like Travie baby, and I love I love that she's like, y'all don't understand, like I love that she's happy. Like I'm so happy that she's found her like love and all that, but I was so surprised.
Yeah, like it felt kind of surface.
Yeah, I was sort of surprised that it was not that deep compared to her other albums. And just like the marketing itself, I thought was just a little
all over the place.
Just didn't align with what the album actually I think sounds like. She was very like burlesque, I guess, and like there was like cabaret and like,
no, I fully thought we were about to get into like that
you think
sort of
it was
moody,
gonna be
like showgirl vibe, like full like feathers, diamonds, that sort of like when I think of the movie Burlesque, like that sort of song, where it was
me too.
different and like almost like musical theatery.
And I wish she would have jumped into that. Like I know that's people are saying Life of a Showgirl sounds like Hamilton. And first of all, I find that low-key insulting. Y'all have not listened to Hamilton. Y'all have
I have to say.
No. Y'all have not listened to Hamilton, because I'm so sorry. No,
yeah, that's for sure.
I took great offense to that. Like, I took great.
Yeah.
The people saying that sounds like Hamilton don't actually listen to musical theater. They do not listen to Hamilton. Listen, I take great offense. Like, I love Hamilton so much, and it was like that literally sounds like a Lin-Manuel song, and I was
There's a part of the song. I'm not gonna compare it to
the
Hamilton
bridge.
just because I'm not as into Hamilton as you are. Like you,
she's so cute.
I'm like, I don't want to get on your bad side here.
I would cry if I met Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'll say it right now. I would actually like when I've literally been asked like, oh, like who would you want to meet? Like if you had to meet a celebrity, y'all would think Harry Styles immediately. I would be scared to meet Harry Styles, so I would say Lin-Manuel Miranda. Like I would freak out. I'd be like,
right.
Lin.
No, you know, valid. I'm never gonna shit on that.
Thanks.
And I can't even compare the two songs and compare it to Hamilton.
I can't believe they did that.
I'm not gonna sit here and say like I've analyzed Hamilton enough and I know the lore behind it. Like I just was not as in it as the kids were back in the day. Like, you know, they were in it in middle school and I wasn't in that target audience.
I'm still at the restaurant.
But I will say that the Life of a Showgirl song, there's one particular part that I said the same thing, not Hamilton, but I was like, this sounds like it would be like a production on a stage. I guess you can argue, yeah, okay, Showgirl, we're on a stage. It's like a
But then
whole
I wish she would have gone with that path and made it cohesive. Right. I might be wrong. To me, I don't really like the multiple, like, the variants of all her albums, the multiple CDs. First of all, like, do people collect CDs still?
I don't personally see a need for the 20 million
so
different
I think it's
covers.
Like I was seeing like it's like very okay, so she's kind of like more of a brand than an artist. That's like
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, well, I saw like someone argue that like sort of the death of a showgirl and like the capitalists in the spotlight. And it was so sad to read to read that article, but I was like, low-key, it's so true because she added a bunch of songs to CDs that like those songs are not on the album, they're not available on YouTube. I don't know if they'll ever be available, but I feel like, oh, you're just putting those songs on there so that people will buy it, your stuff. And I'm like,
and it's like the only way to listen to it, so they would have to purchase. And obviously fans will do it. So
I just think it's so much because like even if you compare it to like I know Sabrina had alternative covers, right? And I read a Teen Vogue article that was like, is it capitalistic greed or pop girl pressure? Right. Shout out Teen Vogue. But
yeah, that was a cool article.
It was a really cool article, and she was basically going through how like she was comparing like pop girlies now or just like female artists now. Is it like the use of the alternative covers, are they like forced to do it, like Sabrina Carpenter, who low-key I think was forced to do it just because she,
I guess, to please a majority,
right? She was receiving a lot of backlash for her cover of Man's Best Friend. We've talked about it in an earlier episode, and it also brought up like Cardi B's albums where she has like 5 different covers. Same with Taylor, and how she has like a million different covers for this. And okay, if that's for you, that's for you. But also like it was arguing that sometimes it's nicer to just have like one cover and then like the deluxe. Like I remember Gracie Abrams had like the yellow and the blue, and then like how Beyonce for Renaissance, when you think Renaissance, you have like that one image of the album, and same with like Lana Del Rey's albums, it's like that one image that you have of her. And I really liked that because I was like, that's so true. Also, I don't think male artists do that at all, so it was interesting. So true. I've only ever seen it with like Tucker, like Role Model, who did a deluxe version, but like I feel like that's pretty common to like have a alternative.
I think
cover
it's okay to have like a deluxe version, different cover, because it's almost like a different, like I think Eternal Sunshine did the same thing. Like you had that one image that I always relate to Eternal Sunshine as the album cover, but then Brighter Days Ahead, there was like that slight, still same vibe, like you know it's from that album, just different cover. And I think it's okay because there's new songs, so it's kind of like an extension of the art that already was there. So you kind of want like a different, you're like, okay, same story but slightly different vibe, you know. Also, they have such extensive shoots, like it's hard to pick one that I think encapsulates an album in its entirety because people are going to vote for different things. I don't know if that's how it's done or if it's just the artist is like, you know what, this is what I think fits the album. That's the one we're going with. Because it must be so
I think it depends
hard.
on the artist and the amount of like power they really do have within their team.
I think it's so hard because there's probably so many good images, but I also think at the same time, like, we don't need to be putting them as covers every time. Like, we could use those images for different things or like for different promo, for marketing like put them on a billboard to like, I don't know, market a song or like a music video, and then there's like certain images from that. I agree.
And that's why when I saw that video of the guy saying like this is actually the death of a showgirl, she's sort of falling, like it's like less herself as an artist and more of herself as like a brand. And you really feel that with this album and like just the rollout, like the movies, the exclusive music videos. It's like sort of like we're not just doing music anymore, you know, it has to be
it's the image that's being sold,
right? And also for money. And so it just makes, I'm really in this like tough place because I really love Taylor Swift's music, like Folklore, Evermore.
No, and you can really appreciate like the artistry behind
she's a machine, but also like herself, like she's such a machine, and like her songwriting and all that stuff, like love 1989. Like I love her albums. It's just this one, I don't know what it is, like I don't know if it was post Eras Tour or like because she is like the most popular pop artist. I don't know what feels so different this time around, and it's like kind of just no, I know, really and it's just kind of disappointing as like someone who is a fan, you know,
like you just didn't connect with it as deeply. I just can't get behind the 10 million. No, the 10 million names with the covers. Roosters, something. It's the most like
kiss
your
random
crowd. Like
no,
we're picking
it's very
two random words and putting them together and being like the blah 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 edition, and it's like the Sapphire Diamond edition, the Emerald Pool edition, and I'm like Emerald Pool, like where are we coming from? The Lemonade Refresher
She's
edition.
Always done that, and I have to agree with Kayla. I always think it's so random.
We'll leave it at that.
But I've actually been having a great time with music because I was disappointed for a long time because I was like, oh, there's no good music. But when you actually look and you spend some time on Spotify, I'm like, hold up. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Olivia Dean and The Art of Loving because that's currently my favorite. That's like my hyperfixation right now. Yes, I think that's music. Even though I think it's her second album. I think there's something so beautiful about everything. She's so I think how do I explain this? Like her music is really driven by her voice. I think, and like the instruments are great and I think the production is great, but I think I can like literally see or like hear her smiling when she's singing.
I love that about her.
And I can see her dancing, and like the way that she just talks about love and all that stuff, I'm like, oh, I love it. Album.
I love that album. That's also like my current, like I will just always reach for it when I reach for my phone. I'm like, what do I want to listen to right now? There's a song for everything. Yes. And I love that album, again, with the storyline of albums and the artistry behind it,
her storytelling,
it follows every angle of love that you can imagine. Like being ghosted, being silent, like
self-love and independence.
Like we're going from breakups, we're going from we're not speaking, we're going to you're just like an image. Like, what if I just want to spend time with you? It doesn't need to be anything more. Like literally every
she's so empowering to
part
me.
Of love.
Yeah. Like I think it's so cute because when I listen to it, I'm like, oh, I want to be in love. But then I also feel like self-love.
Right.
Like I'm like, that lady.
No, she's so
like, oh my gosh. Like, and she's such a great speaker. Like I've seen her in interviews and I love how passionate she is about her music and like just music in general and the like all the work and art that goes into it. I love her outfits. Shout out her stylist. Like I just love her and I want her to really take off and succeed.
She's so cool.
Yes.
And I saw this interview of her talking about like what inspired that album or like books that she's like read that inspired the album, which she talks about All About Love by Bell Hooks. I love that book. Like I know people are like basic ass book, like, basic because it's fully like it's an old book, but it just touches on like every facet of love possible. Like love doesn't have to be one thing. It doesn't have to be put into one box. There's so many levels to it. And then I saw, which I think that correlates so well, like that book with the album makes so much sense. I'm like, this is, you can tell it's like I love from that. Like you can tell it's from that because the book literally goes through every
so cute
part of love. And then the album does the same thing, just like in her own way. And then I saw another interview where she was like recommending books to someone. And so I'm currently reading one of the books that she recommended. I think it's called Open Water. Yeah, that's the book I'm reading right now. And I'm very much in this, like, I love stories. Like, I love stories that have to do with, like, messy relationships or, like, they just don't end how you would expect, which is why we always talk about normal people. And, like, we love that. We love it.
Love it. I already made that connection. When you said that, I was like, she's going to bring up normal people.
We love. Like, yeah. It's messy and, like, honest and real. And I love stories like that when they don't necessarily end happily. I have yet to finish this book. It's, like, maybe 100-something pages. It's pretty short, but it's about these two individuals that find themselves in a relationship. I think it's either in college or post-college. I'm not too sure, but it's like that phase of life where it's messy and it's raw and it's infatuation and like upon first meeting. But I am reading it and I'm really loving the way that things are described, like the way it's being presented. I'm like, oh, I'm down with this. Like, it's not rom-com-y in a way that when you're reading, let's say, like an Emily Henry book, which love Emily Henry. Like,
she's gonna do it every time.
She's gonna be my rom-com author for life. Like,
she knows what the people
want. But it's a different style of writing where it's not like that, like, cutesy fun.
Like, we don't have to think. We don't have to think. We're having a good time. You know it's gonna work out.
We love the main character. Yeah. We love her love interest. We're rooting for them.
She has a formula.
And I love those books. But I love that, like, literary fiction that's like a little more realistic in the sense of like, oh, we're going into like their internal battle and like raw emotion about how they feel about this person, how that has changed over time, like how it leads to where they are now. And I just like love that blueprint of like story where it's like, God knows what's going to happen to them. Like, I don't know if they're going to end up together, but like at the same time, I'm not disappointed if they don't. Like, it's just a human story of connections and relationships and how you fall in and out of love. I just wanted to bring that up because I think it's beautiful. And I think it has to do, I don't know, clearly, like, if she's recommending this book, it's because it's had some sort of impact on her. Like, she read it and thought of something, and I was like, you know what? I want to read this just to see, like, what it's about. And, of course, it was, like, a literary fiction, like,
just for you,
tender story that has to do with, like, heartbreak, love, two people. And I'm like, I'm sat for any story regarding relationships.
Ooh,
like, I love
what? Oh, that makes me happy.
I love intricate stories.
You know, I love intricate stories, and I was actually gonna bring up, like, I went to the movies to go see Superman, finally, the James Gunn film. Yes. And I cried 4 times, like, different parts of the movie. Fully, like, I had no makeup on. I was just like, tears were coming. Yes, I was so moved by that movie because I love a hero. Like, I love a hero who just like wants to be good. And like, there's something about how David just like played Superman. I love Superman.
So I haven't seen Superman. Yeah. But every time I see the commercials or like
I'm gonna cry thinking about it.
I'm like, no, and why would this be something that I would watch? No, because like, I'm interested in that sort of way that they present it. I'm like, wait, right, okay,
yeah. It wasn't an origin story, which I love because I feel like that's been done. But I love Superman. Like, I love a hero, and I'm obsessed with him. I just finished watching Smallville not that long ago, so I'm like very
into that.
No, like, I love Clark Kent, like, as his character. Like, I love Clark Kent, love Metropolis, all that stuff. Anywho, so I watched the movie, and I was so glad that they brought up topics like, he got in trouble, like the character or in the movie, he got in trouble because he there was a war happening between these two countries, and he got in the middle and saved the people that were being like persecuted. Oh. And people were talking about how that was like a real life example of what's going on in the world today, you know. And I was like literally sobbing because I was just thinking about like the real world, like
like how art
it
can
like
reflect,
was reflecting. Like, I was just thinking about like Palestine and everything, and I was just literally sobbing in the movie theater and thinking about like how he wanted to like protect everyone, and everyone was like working together for the greater good. And I also was crying because like family will always get me, like found family especially, but like family that like just like at the end of the day, like you're an adult and then you come home and like your mom still treats you like kind of like you're her kid, you know. And like things like that were just making me cry. And I loved that movie and how it was like just everything about it, how it was made, the visuals, the special effects, love it all. And that was like the first time I've left a movie feeling like that feeling you get after you watch like a really good movie that you're like, oh, I'm obsessed, I wish I was in that movie. I wish I was like that was my actual reality. Yeah, like I would love that.
No, real as hell.
And it was so good. And it actually, like, my sister and I are watching the CW show Superman and Lois, and we were like, we're scared because CW, you know, CW.
Yeah. You know CW.
You know recent CW, because CW was that girl.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
CW produced
those shows,
fire shows, but recently like after TVD, Riverdale era, everything after TVD, we don't claim. But Superman and Lois was a part of CW, and that show is amazing. Like the production and the special effects, I was genuinely shocked. And I found out that it was canceled because the network believed that like it wasn't worth investing so much money into, even though it's such a good, like I was like, that's why it's good, because you put so much money into it. And this leads me to my point that like I feel like there's such like low quality shows nowadays. Like the writing is bad, the acting is bad, it's not even bad, it's just like kind of lazy. Like we could always do better. Like that could have been done in another take. And I am in no way a critic or an actor, I just have opinions.
Yeah,
but I feel like so many, like on Netflix, let's say, like so many Netflix shows, I'm like, boring, been done. Like Ginny and Georgia Life with the Walter Boys, it's like giving the same formula kind of show, and we're not like improving upon like anything, like literally. And so I'm just so disappointed with shows in general. I feel like I don't watch television anymore because I'm so disconnected from it. And literally, and I feel like there's a very like limited option too. Like if I want comedy, like what do I have right now, you know? Like,
no, that's so true.
You know,
like there's so many times that I'm like in the mood to watch something, but I feel like it's all been done.
Yeah.
And not that, I mean, it's very hard to come up with something so original because every storyline has practically been done.
Of course.
If you think about like, it's just the way that it's
I think that's
presented.
what it matters. Like it doesn't matter if we're gonna redo the love triangle in a small town, but I think it's about how it gets done.
And also the characters, like you really have to be rooting for characters, and you have to be very invested in, I get the characters, like their life, the plot. Like there has to be something that makes it, besides just like the plot being presented by like these actors acting it out. Like I think most of the shows are just, there's a plot, there's a script, the characters are reading the script, and that's what the show is. And it's either you like the plot or you don't. But most of the shows that I'm like, I'm sat for this and I will continue watching every single season, is the relationships from the show. Like we can argue the same thing with The Summer I Turned Pretty and how that whole thing, which is a book adaptation, and we can talk about book adaptations for,
you already know I'm gonna
we can talk about book adaptations
I'm very
forever.
opinionated about that. Continue.
But like we could also argue that same thing of like, oh, this has been done, you know what I mean? But I think because people were so invested in that TV show was because of that like journey that started off as like,
you want the end game. You want to see the end game. You want that satisfaction.
You're rooting for this relationship to come to fruition. Like you're waiting for it. And so if it doesn't happen, you're upset. There's also like that team rivalry thing. That's like the nostalgia.
They did a really good job. The Summer I Turned Pretty did a really good job because they also like knew their audience. Like, you know that this is mostly like younger people, Gen Z.
Right.
So their music choices were very particular.
And I like how they went from a sort of childhood, very like feel like it was kiddie at first. Like that first season.
So nostalgic, you know?
So nostalgic.
It gives
but
like
I remember
teenage
it
years.
had that like people were like, this is so cheesy, like I'm never watching this ever again.
They
like,
were children.
So cheesy.
They're little kids.
They were kids.
They're kids.
And that's what it was meant to be. Like, we're supposed to show them young, and then we're gonna follow them to college. We're gonna follow their relationship after, but we have to start somewhere. Like, we have to start from down here, and then we're gonna follow this trajectory. And that's what I like. And I think they did a really good job of showing them growing up, like them being messy and kids. Like, that's how you act at that
love
age.
The Summer I Turned Pretty. And I went, now that you said like them being kids, that's what I like about that CW show I was mentioning earlier, is like the children act like children, and like they keep saying like they're 14 years old, and I'm like, wait, they are 14 years old. Like, when I was 14, I was acting so different too. Like,
I'm probably so annoying
and like, oh my god, like, and also I'm like shocked when they act a certain way. I'm like, oh my god, you're a child, you know? So it's like, I like that, like, kids, also actors that look like children playing teenagers. Do you know what I mean? Like, like fitting the role. And I also want more shows that are like college based, like the show that
I need that.
Overcompensating. Loved that show. I love it. It's like entering adulthood and figuring yourself out. I love that shit, and I want more shows like that. And that was a Prime Video show, and I realized I like a lot of Prime Video shows, like The Boys, Gen B.
It feels more like in touch with the age that we're at,
but I just think it's like more like the production is a little bit better, and like
the writing
the execution
too. Like, all of it is
don't understand. The same with HBO Max. Like, love the shows on there, and I don't know. I just feel like right now with shows, I'm like, I don't know what it is. I sort of make the comparison of like, you know, Millennial Grey, like how all the is like a thing that like I'm sorry, I'm hating on millennials, but I'm really not. Like, I just like, it's just points I'm making. The warmth of like a house, like all our homes, and then now it's like gray and modern and all that stuff.
Or even like kids, like how we used to dress up in all these like spunky, like just whatever we wanted to wear, really mixing patterns, animal prints, bright colors, and now it's like minimalistic because the moms wanted to make it seem like it's clean, and
the
like
children
the
do get ready with me.
Like no, literally, it's like neutral colors and like minimalist beige.
I'm not even gonna lie, that's what it is. And that's how I feel when I think about the shows now. Like, I feel like we've turned to like Millennial Grey. All the shows are like just gray, bland, same old. This isn't like Gilmore Girls and the OC and like One Tree Hill, where there was like
bring that back.
Angst and like just such a it was driven by the ensemble, I think. Like, it was so good.
Yeah, I yearn for a show like that again.
I need better television immediately. I know we just talked about music, how you don't have to critically analyze, but I'm so sorry. If a show is bad, it's bad. Like, there is no way that you can be like, no, but it was a good show though. I'm like, there's no way though. There's literally no way though.
No, agreed. I agree.
And I wish more, I know that it's kind of I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I know some actors stick to just like their medium, I guess, like just movies or just TV shows. I love when they go in between. Like, I love how Jenna Ortega does her movies and then also her like Wednesday. I think it's great. Zendaya does the same thing, and I love that. Angela Bassett does the same thing. The range. And okay, I'll finish with this because 911 comes out, and y'all know I love 911. Like, I ride for that show, and I love seeing the videos of everyone making fun of it. Like, what the fuck is this show about? Or like the earth is exploding and someone was like, call
it's like
LAPD.
Actually the most absurd stuff.
Literally obsessed with it, and I'm so happy because it's campy. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. And it's supposed to be that show that you're just like, oh, it's so good.
Like, this is a ridiculous plot line, but it's gonna get solved either way. Like, there's
and I love it. And I think that's why 911 has been so successful, is because it's like, it's very, again, driven by the cast. Like, it's the relationships with
but that
with
was
each
like
other.
the same thing with Criminal Minds. Like,
yes,
the plot lines sometimes were also so
kind of
absurd.
whack. What would they call the person? The suspect?
The unidentified subject. The
unsub.
And they were just like crazy plot lines sometimes, and like terrifying. But
terrifying.
There was like always
I
something
can't do
that you were like on the edge of your seat about. You're like, I know this is gonna get solved. Just how are we getting?
No, and Criminal Minds was
it was
good show.
No, it was
good show. I actually have like a soft spot for crime TV, like detective shows and all that stuff. Like, love.
They're so fun.
I love them.
They are so fun.
I love them.
But if we're talking in terms of reality shows, you guys know, like, I watch like a big majority of reality shows.
Oh yeah.
This season of Love is Blind, I don't know if you guys are tuned in. They dropped the first batch of episodes, so I'm going based off of the first batch, the first 6 episodes where we're meeting our cast, okay? This cast, like, these individuals have got to be the most insane. Like, I don't know how we got to be on this show. Like, I don't know the process to vet them that came before this, but it's like actually insane where they swear that they like go through like a very vetted process, and none of the signs are pointing to we are sound.
Do you actually believe that though, or do you think that they just do it for like entertainment purposes?
I think if they do it, it's very surface level, like you're okay, like you're here, but I don't think it's like psychologically like we're making sure you're sound and like okay to be on a show and open, because I just don't think some of these individuals are open to that world of like reality TV. And some could say that you go on a reality TV show for the fame and the eyes on you, like you just want to be in that world, and that's a good introduction, is just to like be put on a show, because obviously people are going to be watching you and they're going to follow your social media, whether you're a villain or you're someone that they're rooting for to find love. But I'm not even kidding when I say that this has to be like the craziest season of Love is Blind. And I have seen every season of Love is Blind. Like I have seen it all from season 1. And it has turned into this like, where are we finding it? Like the water in Colorado must be crazy, because like I thought this was going to be like a wholesome, like, I don't know, like Colorado is giving wholesome cast. Like, let's see what's happening over there. No. I'm scared shitless with these people. There was a scene where I think this is like actually very concerning, but there was a scene, there's multiple different relationships on this show. I don't think a single one's gonna make it, and no one's gonna say I do. That's how concerning it is. But there was one couple where they go to like that meeting where they all meet each other in the like at a pool party. They're all just like meeting. All the couples that met in the pods, they're on vacation, they're all meeting each other, so they get to see who they were dating in the pods with their current partner that they're engaged to on a trip with. Right. They go to this little like mingle occasion, they come back, the guy leaves, he's like, I'm leaving. He's acting a fool. Like, you pair him up with this other guy, they're extremely drunk. Like, they're out of their minds drunk. They're saying the most annoying, like, they're being annoying as hell. And the girlfriend kept, like, distancing herself and was like, you're annoying me. And she told him straight up, she's like, you're annoying me, you're annoying me. He's like, oh, I'm annoying you. Like, he was in that, like, drunk mood where it was, like, playing with her. And I was like, already, I'm getting annoyed too. Like, I'm up to here already with this. So he's like, all right, I'm leaving. I'm going back to the hotel. Like, I'm going to take a nap. And she was like, okay, do you want me to come with you? He's like, no, just stay here. Like, bye. He leaves. The night comes to an end. We see her come back to the room. He's sleeping. He's waking up from this nap. Still so completely out of it. Like, he's saying all this shit. He's acting mean. He's terrible. Like, just not coherent. And she's concerned. She starts, like, telling him, like, you've asked me the same question 5 times. Like, you're not coherent right now. And that's just one couple. And I was like, this is already so chaotic. I'm not even going to say much about that, but it was just giving chaos. And I was like, oh, this is like, he just wasn't acting his age. And anyone can be in that scenario, but it was the way that it was presented that I was like, oh, I don't like this. Like, we're already getting agitated and mean and rude and all the things. That same couple, that guy, earlier in the season when they met, he had said that he wasn't into larger physiques. Like, he was like, I'm usually into thinner women and not larger physiques. And I was like,
damn.
Hello? How do we get here? Whoa. I was like, men will never prove me wrong. Okay, like, how did we get to this point? Like, why are we airing this? Like,
well,
and I knew it was going to come out eventually, but it's the way that it's framed when they're saying this to the camera as to not seem like
you're an
asshole
douche
when they're saying it. So
like
they're like,
ass. Also, why come on a show called Love is Blind if you have such
have a type,
you know? Yeah, that's so weird to me. I think Love is Blind is fucking weird.
I was like, oh my god.
Can I just say that?
Why? It's so...
Love is Blind is a weird
it's a
show.
Weird concept, and it's
do I watch it? Yeah, whenever my mom is watching it, she's tuned in.
I'm tuned in.
She's tuned in like Kaylin, you know, and I'm there and I'm seeing it.
I just think this show is such a good show to watch with a significant other, because you can see how your partner reacts to some of these topics. I would love to watch
that with my significant other.
Oh my god, like, it's the ultimate test. Yeah. I think watching Love is Blind is the ultimate character study in, like, do we align in the same beliefs? Because so many things were brought up. There was a conversation as well where they had this conversation in the pods about sexuality, and it was very weird. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I was like, oh, I would have written that person off completely after asking this question and getting the response that they were given. It's just such, like, the ultimate test to watch with someone and be like, what do you think about that? Or just have a conversation with somebody.
But I think that's what's, like, kind of good about that show too, because like, you can have those conversations. And also, like, I love intense commentary on reality TV show. I think that's so fun. Low-key, it's like kind of like not a competition, but it's like a game a little bit, which I hate that, like, because it's like you're trying to find love. And I know that before some people really have, but the way that you're describing it, I'm like, I don't think anyone's there really open to find love.
I don't think so. I think it's more,
or like emotionally ready either.
I think it's the idea of it that they're interested in. There was a scene of this couple who when they went to that party, the guy in the couple found out that everyone had already had sex with their partner on vacation, and he was the only one that hadn't. And the girl in the relationship comes back and was like, oh, I found out that you you learned that everyone has already done it. Like, we are the only couple. How do you feel about that? And he was like, I don't know. And then it turns, like, from literally a complete 180. Like, at the beginning of the season, you're rooting for him. You're like, oh my god, pobrecito. Like, he deserves love too. He's been brought up in this, like, chaotic lifestyle. Like, he's been through a lot. So you're rooting for him. And then this last episode that is available, episode 6, he starts, like, popping off. They're having, like, a conversation in bed, and he's like, I'm just always the fucking nice guy. I'm just always the nice guy. Always the nice guy. And that's my problem.
No, and she's like crying. But, like, not crying. Like, it was more so whining.
But it was this thing of, like, he was being very hypocritical in the sense of, she was asking him, how do you feel about this? Like, you learned this information. She's being vulnerable with him and telling him that she's had casual hookups in the past. And she wants to wait until marriage now because that's just how she feels, like, intimately connected with someone. She's not in, like, the past anymore. And she felt like she was doing that with people that she wasn't in love with. And also, it didn't, like, feel right to her. And that was her story. I was like, okay, she's, like, telling us her POV, being so vulnerable. And he was turning it into this thing of, like hanging it over her that she's like, I don't understand how you were hooking up so casually with people in the past. Like, you did it with people you didn't even love, but now we're here on our honeymoon. We're going to get married in 4 weeks, and you won't even do it with me. No. Like, I don't understand. And I was like, what? No. She just told you this entire, like, upbringing. It was just like this conundrum where I was like, I hate this conversation. Like,
I hate this conversation. I hate this conversation. I also hate, you already know, I hate any sort of pressure around, why haven't we had sex yet? Or, like, anything like that. It's like, dude, what? And also, yeah, okay, they're gonna get married, but can't you just wait a little bit if you're really here for love or whatever?
In 4 weeks. Like, in 4 weeks, I just would feel better. And I was understanding her viewpoint perfectly. But I was like, this is so intense how it just went from one thing to another. And it escalated so quickly. And
I've seen the video, and that was not cute at all.
Trying to, like, make her feel bad about this.
That's what I'm saying about pressure.
And like the pressure and like having to, because she has in the past, so why not now? And it's like,
I feel like that's not even fair.
think that's not fair.
Yeah.
Like those two things don't go together. I just, anyway, overall, my thoughts on Love is Blind is just watch, obviously with like an open mind, watch with like an open heart. It's not very serious, but it's also prepare for it.
I think
it's not very serious, but there's also very serious topics presented within this season that I was like, whoa, like,
all right,
y'all are just airing these
if you're tuned in,
and it's uncomfortable, but also just such a great character study into like, this is how people act. And also to think that like it is a dating show, they're all older in a sense, or like at least older than like me.
No, I know.
So I'm looking at it through this lens of like, maybe I'm just at a different part in life, or I don't know if I'm.
Nah, sometimes people are just weird, Kayla.
It was weird.
I'm sorry.
It was weird.
With reality TV show, I also have to say that, because I've just been observing, y'all know how like much we loved Love Island in the summer. Love Island Games is currently on, and I just wanted to say how much like less like attention Love Island Games has right now. And I know it's always been that way, but I'm just surprised because I feel like as the years have, like the recent seasons have come out, I feel like more people are watching Love Island USA.
The popularity has
and I'm just so surprised how the summer is like the vibe for Love Island, and now that it's like fall, not everyone tunes into Love Island Games, even though it's like people that we know and that you've seen in previous seasons. And I just think that's so interesting. Like, why did we just like all agree that we're not watching Love Island Games? Is interesting. Like, is it because of the cast? Is it because that's not the vibe anymore? And I just thought it was really nice to see how like Love Island Games has been getting zero attention. Like, I see it sometimes.
I know, sometimes I'll scroll and I'll see like a little snippet, but I'm not watching, and the only reason is because my Peacock free trial ended.
There you go.
So I was like, you know what, the free trial ended, I was there for last season, but I don't have time. And I've just been kind of seeing like stuff online, and I'm like, okay, but I feel like it's way more, it's not even about love. Like, I don't know why we're mixing love and game. Like,
I think that's weird.
Like, I wish it was a thing where the cast was like from past seasons, like we're bringing people from different seasons together, but we don't have to win in a couple. Like, this is completely like, it could be an individual game. Because then I think there would be more of like a, I guess, competition, because you're rooting for people that you like.
I don't want love and games to
like,
be
why are we
same,
teaming up like
in the same sentence,
right? Like, I'm like, okay, this player that I loved, or this person that I loved from a past season is like randomly teaming up with some dude I don't even like, and now it's like hard to root for you, because I'm like, what are we doing? So
I think it's more of just like it's not the vibe. Like, everyone wants it in the summer when it's like, it's the vibe.
But yeah, I don't know, we kind of just wanted to sit down and look at things through a different perspective, and kind of, I guess, like form opinions for ourselves without feeling so pressured about having the right opinion, which there isn't a right opinion. And it's just being open to hearing things, and like being open to media that's different from what you usually consume, which I actually want to practice more of. I think I need to give myself the opportunity to learn stuff that I know about already and that I don't know. Like, I was always one to only steer in the direction of like reading something that I find interesting, or I think I agree with, like only seeing my side of things, because I was like, I know I'm gonna like it, so that's why I'm watching this movie or I'm reading this book, is because there's something about it that I know I'm gonna like, versus seeing something that could potentially be, it could stir something up in me that I'm like, don't really like that, not a huge fan of that conversation, not a huge fan of that plot line or that perspective, but still watching it to see the other side and be open to that. Like, I just kind of miss that like side of me that like stayed curious and like was open to hearing different things, or just learning to learn, like for the sake of learning, like watching something that's different than what I'm used to. I get reading a different genre to be like, I'm educating myself in my free time, versus just like scrolling and like falling into this like echo chamber of everyone being like, this is right, this is wrong, like if you do this, you're this sort of person, and they automatically place you into this, I guess, persona that they have of you if you listen to this thing, if you watch this thing. And I'm like, why can't we just listen to what we want to listen to, watch the movies we want to watch without feeling like you're childish or weird for liking something.
And I love that. I love that. And I hope you get to it, because I know you said like, you're like, I want to bring back Substack, and
I literally want to bring back reading articles and forming, like, I think I'm going to challenge myself to just start finding an article, reading it, forming an opinion, and not having it be something that I also have to like post about to be valid. Because a lot of the times the art that I consume, I feel like I need to write a think piece on, or like have it be something public to be like, this is how I feel about it, and this is who I am, and this is what I believe in, when I just kind of want to practice being curious and like reading stuff, making my own opinion. You don't have to share it anywhere. It's
not
just like
going under those hashtags.
And I also just want to practice. Yeah, literally don't go under the hashtags and like falling into everyone else's opinion. But I also want to practice just like writing things that come to my brain without feeling the need to be perfect about it, and having to like that written word of like free flow your thoughts, let them come out without the need to sound like
it's like when I lie to my diary, you know, when I'm
literally like, you lie to your diary. Why am I lying
to my diary right now?
And I'm making it sound like I'm perfect, everything's well.
Right, like some's gonna read this. So like, it has to be perfect.
That diary just cannot talk.
No, I stopped doing that. Don't lie to your diary.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we follow it up with,
free flow,
just kidding,
honey.
Just kidding. And I'm like, why just kidding? Like, that's how you were feeling, say it.
Yeah.
And just like making art to make art. If you want to write a little poetry that sucks, like, I'm gonna write my little poetry that sucks. Like, because I liked it, and that's how I expressed my feelings without feeling the need to be like this revolutionary writer that's like, well, that sounded so good.
I agree. And I feel like a good way of just like staying on that path is just to remember that not everyone's gonna agree with you, not everyone's gonna like what you have to say, and that's fine. Right. That's literally fine. There's no like right why do you want everyone right why would you want that?
Also, I think give yourself the opportunity to be without any thoughts, because sometimes like when you're scrolling on TikTok, you find yourself like literally never ending, like you're continuously scrolling. It's too much. And I think
an overconsumption of
like sometimes those thoughts that you have in the shower when you have like literally nothing by you are the best ones. Sometimes I think we need to stare at a wall for a little, like let's, when we're on the bus or something, let's look out the window for the entire ride. Like let's not go on our phone. When we're at the gym, like I find myself looking down at my phone, or like I have my headphones in and I'm looking down at my phone pretending like I'm texting someone, or pretending that I'm checking the weather app or some shit. And I'm like,
I do not know how you even
let's walk into a room, let's be present, let's like nothing has to be going on at all times. Some of the most like, I feel like anything can be turned into a story, but we miss the opportunity to see it in a different way because we're so consumed in something that isn't present, and we're trying to make ourselves seem busy when there could be something happening in front of you that's like worth writing a story about or something, or this little moment can happen to you that you're like, I can literally write about this in my journal later.
And this is so interesting.
Anything can be turned into a story, you know?
And so interesting because you're like, put that phone down, and I was like, y'all don't daydream, like y'all I literally spend majority of my day like just up here, like, and not even in a bad way, like I'm having fun up there, like it's fun, it's a distraction, it's like entertainment, low-key. Like, I'll make up stories in my head, or I'll just think of something and I'm like it's so fun, like daydream a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a fan of daydreaming.
For that. But I don't know, it's like really weird. I feel like pop culture just in general has been kind of all around the place, and I'm kind of disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel very like not fulfilled by just like entertainment, a little let down by music, movies, shows, all that. But
when we do find the ones that we enjoy, they're always a hit. So
you know what? That's true. That's very true.
I mean, they will always be a hit to us. But yeah, that was our episode.
Thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to keep up with us, please be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at fulltimedaughterpod. Please make sure to subscribe below so you don't miss any of our episodes. And
also be sure to follow, rate, and review the podcast. Send us DMs. They're always open. Any topics you want to hear.
Comment. Like, what do you guys think? Honestly, like, literally I really don't care if you agree or disagree. Yeah, do it. Might as well.
We'll see you in our next episode because
it's a full-time job at this point. Love that.
Guys.
Bye, guys.